Okay, so the current stage now is this is where we are at the moment. So we have completed data collection and we are data checking and chasing missing data. We are asking you to confirm authorship and we are also asking you to complete center survey. So with your amazing efforts, we have data from 15,000 patients, which is absolutely amazing. And again, many thanks for that. But we have missing data from around 1,000 patients that we would really like to complete as much as possible. And then after this, the next stage will be to analyze the data and to writing the papers to address those three main goals. So we will just shortly and briefly resume what is needed at this stage in terms of these three things. So Virginia will review the part of the missing data. Okay.
Hello, everyone. So in terms of missing data, of course, when we go to basically on REDCap, you're going to find the data collection. And then what we are aiming for is that if you look at this section, there won't be anything for you to complete because when you check on missing data, then you won't need to fill in anything because everything we aim to have done everything. However, if you are missing data, that's the way they will be displayed. So you will have the record ID here, and then you will basically have the fields where the missing data is missing for you to complete. So in order to do that, you can access the record by clicking on the record number there, and that will show you what fields you still need to complete. So the red ones are the ones that have still got information missing. So we're aiming for the red ones to become green. And so that is basically the information that you still need to fill in to ensure those 1,200 patients have got all the completed data.
So regarding the center survey and how you can access that, so this is part of the HIPPO team registration and authorship confirmation project that you can access after login. If you click in My Projects, which is in the bar at the top, then you need to click on the project and then you need to go to Record Status Dashboard, which is on the left bar here. So then you will find the record ID and the record. And this is the Miniteam application portal. You will not be able to edit anymore. This is what you filled in terms of your details as a hospital lead and the details of all collaborators. And the two things that you need to check is authorship confirmation and center survey. And the aim is to have all these three things in green. That means that they are all completed. So in terms of the center survey, you need to click on this round that is green, and then you will end up here. So it's important for you to read the instructions. So we have a part A and a part B. The part B is optional, but it would be amazing if you could fill that as well. But the part A is absolutely essential, considering that's the only way that we can access hospital factors that could impact waiting times. So because of this data is a bit more complex than patient data, we ask you, in case you are not a consultant, to confirm the responses with a consultant. And then there's a space to enter the details of this consultant that helped you fill the data so everyone can get recognition in the authorship in the end. So the deadline to complete the center survey is 28th of July. And you clicking in the center survey, you read these instructions, and then you just scroll down and fill all the questions that are there, please. It shouldn't take you more than 5 minutes to complete. And then in terms of the authorship confirmation, it's the same in the record status dashboard, but then you click on the round green button that says authorship confirmation. And what you will see is that it will be pre-filled because it should be with the answers that you added in the first place in the Miniteam application portal. So it should show the ORCID ID and the email from the collaborators that were registered. And then you just need to ensure that the email is correct and that their ORCID ID is correct. How to do this is you go to this website, which is orchidid.org. And then if you search for the ORCID ID that was entered, it should show up the name of your collaborator. And the name that is displayed here is the name that we are going to use for authorship purposes, and not the name that was entered in the system. So it is important that all collaborators have their updated names in their ORCID IDs accounts. Also, if there was someone that helped you through data collection and that was not registered initially, you can change it in here. So let's say if you want to change the number of collaborators, you just change the number here and you will add the details in here. There's absolutely no problem. And they will be recognized in the authorship, although they were not initially registered. So we will, just to highlight this, the authorship will be based on authorship confirmation only. And then we will cross-check this information with the data that was entered for the patient's level, as well as for the center survey, to end up with a final authorship list.